What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode number 5 of Prop Quiz, where we pit two of your favorite people in combat sports against one another in a head-to-head trivia game. I'm your host, Long Island Luke. You guys can follow me below on social media at Main Card Minute, and you could subscribe right here on YouTube if you like the content. But enough about me. Let me introduce our contestants. First up, the challenger, a man who grew up in a factory town smoking wet, yet still beat a man who reads books to be here. He put on a technical thriller in his first performance, but this time he came to bang. Shrawitz. He puts the BC in Betch Kohea from CT, but today in Sin City, it's our boy, Brian Campbell. BC, what's up, my dude?
I'm the challenger. Wow, it was already a daunting enough task that I got to play Matt Serra to this guy's GSP, but I'm ready to bang factory style. Let's go.
Let's go. Appreciate you being here, BC. Let's introduce your opponent. We'll have to call him the judge because he sent the lawyer to hell his last time out. He reps Beantown and he thinks Sweet Caroline is actually a good song. His neighbors say he calls his lawn the Green Monster too. He's the #1 pranked prop quiz player in the world. You know him from MMA fighting. It is Mike Heck. Mike, what's up, my man?
How we doing? Sweet Caroline's terrible song. I'm here to say it right here and now. And yeah, if you told me that BC and I would both be wearing black collared shirts and no hats today, I wouldn't have believed you. But here we are, dressed to the nines and ready to play prop quiz.
That's actually a great point I did not think about. I would not have expected that either. But gents, great to have you both here. I know you both know how to play the game, but for those of you watching at home who don't know how to play, here's a quick rules video. So you guys are going to go head-to-head in a betting-themed trivia game. Similar to Jeopardy, you're going to have a board with 5 different categories to choose from, with questions ranging in difficulty from 100 to 500 points. Your 100-point questions are going to be your over-unders. So these will be 50-50 questions. You just got to choose if it's over or under. Your 200-point questions will be your money lines. Think of it like who wins the fight. These will be either-or questions. You'll also have a 50-50 chance of getting those. Your 300-point questions are going to be your methods of victory. Just like there's 3 ways to win a fight: knockout, submission, or decision. These will be questions that you have 3 choices to choose from. Your 400-point questions are going to be your singles. These will be straight-up trivia questions. No multiple choices on those. And your 500-point questions are going to be your parlays. These will be 2 to 3 part questions, and you have to get all the answers correct to get any credit. So here's how it's going to work. You guys are going to be wagering 100 points on every question. So if you answer a question correctly, you'll earn that question's point total, and you'll get to go again. If you answer a question incorrectly, you're going to lose the 100 points you wagered, and you're going to lose your turn. You're also going to have 2 bonuses that can each be used once during the game. A 50% profit boost, which will increase your question's point total by 50%, and a no-sweat bet that'll give you the opportunity to go again if you get the next question wrong, and the 100 points will not be deducted. Please note, you must announce you're using a boost before you choose the question on the board. After the board is completed, there's going to be an optional Hail Mary round in which players can wager any amount of their points on one final question for a chance to double their point total. However, if the question's answered incorrectly, you're going to lose the points you wagered. So the leading player is going to have 2 choices. They can either choose the amount of points they want to wager before the losing player chooses theirs, or they can admit they have a gambling problem and opt to sit this round out. The trailing player is then going to choose the amount of points they wish to wager and have one final chance to win it all. The player with the most points at the end will win Prop Quiz and get the esteemed title of this week's Degenerate. Not only will you be this week's Degenerate, but you'll also be eligible now to win the grand prize, courtesy of our boy Sleeto in the chat, who put up $100 of his own money to go to the winner of Prop Quiz. So the winner of this, facing the winner of Shaq and Dennis, would get $100.
I'd love to win Alan W's grand prize if that's available too, right?
Yeah, if Alan, hit me up if you got any grand prize for the people. Guys, let's take a look at the stats, the tail of the tape coming into this. You've each only had one matchup. So those top 3, pretty self-explanatory. You've each won 1. Mike, you did have the best high score, 3,800. BC, you had 900. Mike, you got close to 65% of your questions right. BC, 57%. Mike did get the Hail Mary right. BC did not. You each had 4 questions correct in a row your last time out. So, pretty even stats, all things considered. There were some that were way more lopsided. So, let's get into today's categories, gents. So, first up, we got New Englanders. You guys are both from New England. BC repping CT. Mike, you're repping Massachusetts. So, Just got a New England category for you there. What the heck? An ode to one of Mike's old shows, and just a play on his last name. It's going to be weird MMA moments, things like that. Mike's and Brian's. I mean, again, self-explanatory. Your guys' names is going to be stuff about Mike's and Brian's. BC's Feces, for those of you who watch Morning Kombat, a little ode to have you seen this shit. Really, it's just about feces. I'm not going to lie. It's weird questions in there. And last but not least, 8th row of Delta, where I know BC loves sitting there. So those will be questions about, weed-related things, stuff like that. Guys, if you're ready, we'll play Prop Quiz. All right, guys, you already know we do a fan vote to see who goes first. And we did have blind votes in the quarterfinals. This time around, we had an open vote. So for the semifinal fan vote, 75% voted for BC. Mike, I don't want you to take offense to this because everyone in the comments was like, BC's going to need the upper hand. He needs to go first. So we'll give it to him. So there you go. Thanks to all 200-something people who voted on that. BC, the board is yours.
This is like giving me brass knucks for this fight. I gotta make this count. Let's go. New England is 100.
New England is for 100. How many states make up the region of New England? Over, under, 5.5.
Over. It would be 6.
That is correct. By the way, that is one of 2 non-MMA questions. So just for those wondering at home.
Okay.
Still you, BC.
All right. Let's go with New England is for 200.
Who has held more UFC events, Boston, Massachusetts, or the rest of New England combined?
All right, that's a tough question because I don't believe Connecticut's had more than about 5-ish. I mean, have we even had one in Mike's real home state of New Hampshire? I'm not really sure. Vermont has shut out Bangor. I mean, I just met her, sir, but shout out to Maine there. I'm going to go with, because you like trick questions, so I'm going to go with the rest of New England combined.
It's actually Boston. So Boston has had 7. There's been 4 in Connecticut and 1 in Maine. So only 5 for the rest of New England.
Damn. There's my run. There it is. It was good,
Mike, you're up.
What the heck for 100?
What the heck for 100? How many days before UFC 232 did the promotion move the event from Nevada to California? Over, under, 5.5.
Over.
It was 6 days before the event.
It was the Sunday. I remember.
Nailed it. I thought that'd be a little tricky because in my head, it was like 3 days before. I thought it was so close before, but Mike, you are still up.
Let's go New Englanders for 3.
New Englanders for 3. The Maniac, Tim Silva, went 1-2 during his last 3 UFC fights. Who did his lone win in that span come against? Antonio Rodrigo Nogueira, Brandon Vera, or Randy Cooter?
It definitely wasn't Randy because Randy beat that ass. So it's a 50-50. Oh, man. I'll go Nogueira.
Actually, Brandon Vera.
Go with your gut, Mikey. Go with your gut. Damn it.
BC, back to you.
All right. I'll take BC's Feces for 100.
BC's Feces for 100. The amount of top 5 strawweights Weili Zhang has already beaten. Over, under, 2.5.
Currently top 5, you're saying?
Correct.
So the people in the top 5 now that she has beaten. Damn. Again, I feel like you're tricking me here. I feel like you're setting me up. She ain't beat Dern. She didn't. It's a new generation. I'm gonna go under.
It is over. So Amanda Lemos is still in the top 5, surprisingly. Yep. So it's Lemos, Tatiana Suarez, and Yan Jonan.
Wow, we're putting up Dennis Oscar numbers right now. This is great. I'll go what the heck for 2.
What the heck for 2? What is the nickname of Igor Severino, the fighter who bit Andre Lima and was subsequently cut from the UFC? The Animal or the Hannibal?
The Animal.
Dude, his nickname is the fucking Hannibal, and he bit this man. How did we not see this coming?
Jesus Christ.
I don't know if he made the nickname after the fact, but that's his nickname, right?
Yeah, because that would have been way too tongue in cheek, and I don't remember that being the case. So okay.
Yeah.
All right,
Good
fecal
question.
matter for 200, please.
Fecal matter for 200. Lupi Godinez told her corner she had to poopy Godinez against which opponent? Mackenzie Dern or Julia Pilastri?
Okay, it was recently. Dern did beat her recently, but I thought she said it in a fight that she was winning handily. So I'm going to go Pilastri.
Nailed it. It was Julia Pilastri. I feel like that one was obvious because I would have put a more relevant name than Julia Pilastri, as a choice, but whatever. BC,
There we
you're
go.
still-
I'm back. Let's go BC for 300.
Russian Ronda, your girl, Arina Alexieva, is 1-2 in the UFC. Who did her lone win come against? Claudia Segula, Melissa Mullins, or Stephanie Egger?
All right, the only Russian Ronda fight I've ever watched was against Segula while being on your Main Card Minute podcast. And I don't remember the outcome of that outside of the fact that I followed Claudia on Instagram after the fight. So what does that tell you? I'm going to... I thought Segula actually fought well in that one. Let's go Melissa Mullins.
It's the only one you weren't thinking about.
Egger.
Stephanie Egger. She knee-barred her. She lost to the other two by unanimous decision. Mike, back to you.
question.
Thank you.
Let's go Mike's and Brian's for 300.
Which of these three UFC fighters has Michael Johnson not beaten? Tony Ferguson, Edson Barboza, or Beneil Dariush?
Tony Ferguson. What?
He's beaten Tony, dude. He's beaten Tony. He's beaten Edson. He did not beat Beneil Dariush.
Yo, who else has put Mikey Heck in the negatives like BC has? Let's go.
Damn. All right, I need to wake up.
He's got one of the weirdest records. That's why I like that.
All right, let's
Shit.
go Mike and Brian's for 400. Let's go big.
Mike and Brian's for 400. Brian Kelleher was handed his first UFC loss by which future bantamweight title challenger? Fun fact, I was there.
The fact that you said challenger leads me to believe it wasn't ever a champion.
Yeah, it was
So
not
not-
ever a champion.
Then Marlon Cheeto Vera.
Nailed it. That was on Long Island too.
Nice,
2017
dude.
or 2016 maybe.
It was a guess, but I guessed right. There we go. There we go.
That was for
Give me that 400. Let's go.
I got you. Just a reminder to you guys too. You have the two boosts too. Fair warning. No
Yes,
sweat and
okay.
50%.
Let's go with eighth row of Delta for 100.
Eighth row of Delta for 100. How many fighters were suspended after testing positive for marijuana at a UFC fight night in Houston, Texas in 2017? Over under 3.5 fighters.
Dude, 4 feels like it would be so big that I would know this reference point. So I'm going to go under.
Correct, but it wasn't much under, dude. It was 3. Nico Price, Curtis Blades, and Abel Trujillo all tested positive. They went 2-1. Fun fact.
Great shit right there. Let's go. Let's go. All right. I'm going to go with Justine Kish for 400, please.
Justine Kish for 400. How'd you know? Justine Kish famously left her mark in the octagon against which opponent?
Okay. I can see her. I can see her right now. I can see her right now. Oh my God. Come on. Come on, BC's brain. Come on. Part of the 2014 Strawweight Ultimate Fighter cast. Oh my God, there's never been a question more teed up for me. A strawweight question about the only time someone shit their pants in the cage, and I'm having full on old man brain at this moment. I'm just gonna go Stephanie Eggers because I can't think of the real answer.
You were onto it with that strawweight season. It was Felice Herrig.
Exactly. I saw her the whole time. That's a turning point in this game because that's a 400 banger that I should have. I saw her face right away. Wow, what a wild turn of events. Unbelievable.
All right.
All right.
Mike.
I'm going New Englanders for 5, but I'm doing the if I get it wrong, I can go again thing.
All right. So no sweat. New Englanders for 5. Chris Weidman fought twice in Boston during his UFC career. Who were both of his opponents?
Oh. Dominic Reyes, Brad Tavares.
Nailed it.
Damn.
Now, I will say, Mike, because you used the no sweat there, like it doesn't now move on to the next question. So if you get one wrong moving forward, you kind of wasted it because you got the question right, if that makes sense.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
I mean, that's how a no sweat bet works in real life. So that's just how it is.
Let's go New Englanders 4.
New England is for 4. Which 9-fight UFC veteran from Delaware went 1-1 against future champions?
Delaware's not in New England, Mike.
Wow, yeah, that's a stupid thing on me. But, whatever. It's close enough.
Yeah.
It's really not close enough. It's actually, yeah, wow, that's bad.
I have no idea. No clue. Should have used it for that question.
You can just say a name so we got something.
Felice Herrig.
It was Dean Thomas.
Oh, okay.
Delaware Dean. Okay. All right.
Yeah, he fought Sarah and BJ Penn. So.
All right. Well, that rig question brought me back in after that.
I didn't realize.
Let's go.
In my head, that was so stupid. BC
Let's
hero.
go Mike and Brian's for 200.
Mike and Brian's for 200. Who did Michael Bisping's first UFC loss come against? Rashad Evans or Dan Henderson?
Rashad Evans.
Nailed it. How many points was that for? 200?
That was 200.
All right, BC, you're still up. And you still have both bonuses, too, if you want to use anything.
All right. I'm going to use the double the bonus move
50%?
on Mike and Brian's for 500.
Oh, wow. All right, so this will be worth 750. And truth be told, this is the hardest question on the board. When Googling both of you, I realized there are long-running syndicated TV shows with characters who share your exact names. Name the 2010s ABC show with a Mike Heck and the 1990s NBC spin-off show with a Brian Campbell. The caveat here is because the 90s one is a spin-off, if you just name the regular one, I'll give you credit. It's a really hard question.
Damn, that's a hard ass question.
I know.
2010s AB. I mean, is the 90s spin-off show Family Matters, which was a spin-off of Perfect Strangers?
What's your other guess for the 2010s?
I know that one.
I don't know. I give up.
All right. So it was the show The Middle, has a Mike Heck in it, apparently. If you just Google the name Mike Heck, that's what comes up. And then Saved by the Bell New Class, which was the spinoff to Saved by the Bell, had a Brian Campbell in it, apparently. Go on IMDb.
So
it comes up.
funny.
As
I
like
don't
a
know.
one-time fill-in actor?
I don't know, dude. I didn't do enough
Or a
research on
character
this.
name?
I would have
All
just
right.
given you Saved by. I felt like that might have been the type of thing you would know about yourself, BC. Like, yeah, I
Very
remember
suspect
New
question.
Class.
But,
I mean, it
yeah,
was
Brian
hard.
Campbell
It
was the
hard.
executive producer, by the way, of Half Baked, one of my favorite movies.
Oh, I love that. Classic.
Let's go. What the heck? No, let's go Mike's and Brian's for a hundo. Let's try to get this shit back on.
How many UFC fights did Brian Stan have? Over under 10.5.
Oh, Jesus. I'll say under.
He
I
actually
suck
had
today.
11. He went 6-5 in the UFC.
I thought he had
Damn,
10.
imagine if I got that Felice Herrig question. I could just stop playing now.
I know.
Let's go with eighth row for 200.
I was looking at the wrong thing. Which UFC fighter was suspended for testing positive for marijuana more recently? Jamal Hill or Chris Beast Boy Barnett?
Chris Barnett.
Correct.
Right. All right.
Chris was suspended after his UFC debut. Or no, sorry, Jamal was suspended after his UFC debut.
I knew it wasn't recent for Jamal, or I would have remembered it. So that was good enough right there. All right. I'm going to do 500 on BC's feces, but if I don't know it, I get to go again. Okay.
Okay, so no sweat on BC's feces for 500. Jessica Andrade is ranked at both strawweight and flyweight. Who was her last win in both of those divisions?
Oh, I know this. Damn it.
Damn it, damn it, damn it. Okay. Mackenzie Dern at strawweight and Caitlin Simonura at flyweight.
It was Marina Rodriguez at strawweight and Lauren Murphy at flyweight. And that Lauren Murphy fight was in January of 2023. So almost 2 years ago at this point, and she's still ranked in that division. Kind of wild. BC,
right.
that was your no sweat, so you're still up.
Let's go eighth row of Delta for 300. I need to pad these stats here.
UFC 307 was the last event at Delta Center in Salt Lake City, Utah. How many current, former, or future champions fought on that 12-fight card? 4, 5, or 6?
Wasn't Leon Edwards on that card, or did I just miss Salt Lake City history right there? Or was 307 the one with the head Gaethje head kicked Poirier on that card, right? I'm gonna go with 6.
So you got the question correct, but neither of the cards you referenced were the card.
I know, dude.
So it was
I can't believe you got that right.
Poetan, Juliana Pena, Rocky Pennington, Jose Aldo, Kayla Harrison, and Carla Esparza all fought on.
Hey, I make this look easy, okay? It's not a clean. It's nothing is clean about this performance, but there we go. Let me go with what the heck? No, those are Mikey's question. I got to go back to Delta for 400 here.
Delta for 400. Who did Corey Beaston 25-8 Anderson fight in his Bellator debut?
Davlatsan Yagshimuradov.
Melvin Manhoof.
That was his second fight, was against Davlet in the damn tournament. Okay, good question. You're right. I specifically remember that fight. Go ahead, Mike.
Shit, man. I got to go on a run here. I will go, what the heck, 500 with the old boost.
All right, so 750 if you got this correct. Which 2 fighters fought on the Tough 5 finale card in 2007 in which one fighter was KO'd and the other tapped to an injury simultaneously? It was ruled a no contest.
Sounds like 2 fights there.
No, it's the same fight. It was essentially like a double finish at the same time. They ruled it a no contest. Neither fighter could continue.
God. Tough 5. No idea. I'll say sounds like a Matt Brown thing. So I'll say Matt Brown and Matt Brown the third. I don't know. Jesus Christ. What a fucking question.
It was Gray Maynard and Rob Emerson.
I was going to guess Gray Maynard. I would never have gotten Emerson, though.
That's what I thought most people would get, is the Gray part, but not the Rob part. But yeah.
Forgot all about that.
That was a tough one.
All right, back to me, right?
Yeah.
Let's go 300 on what the heck.
There have been 8 UFC events canceled since 2012. Which state has had the most canceled events? California, Nevada, or Texas?
Does Tachi Palace count as a cancellation when Dana got told to stand down? They're still waiting for their payback. I'm going to go, where was UFC 152 supposed to be? That was supposed to be outside of LA, right? I'm going to go California.
Correct. So California has had 2 canceled events, UFC 176, UFC 233. Vegas has had 1, UFC 151, and then all the rest were fight nights.
151 is what I was saying, not 152. Yeah. And that I thought that was California. All right. That was John Jones Hendo. That was Vegas. Okay, gotcha. Hey, I'm indirectly getting a lot right, in which I'm
You're doing great.
Yeah, but I'm going to keep this going here. Let's go what the heck for 4.
Bruce Buffer once tore his ACL while announcing a main event fighter at which numbered marquee UFC pay-per-view event?
Numbered. What does numbered marquee mean? An important one, a big one. Was that 200? It wasn't there. I know this story. I know this memory. Main event at which numbered marquee pay-per-view event. UFC 300.
Can I steal it? 100. It
For
was
the
Brock
fun of it,
Lesnar.
yes. Mike got it. UFC 100.
Fuck.
Correct.
Fuck.
I didn't think
Sorry.
it was that long ago. I thought it was like, I don't know anything.
Mike,
I don't know anything, guys.
if you get this, it'll be interesting
We're back
going
in.
into the Hail Mary.
All right, I need it. Let's go.
Who fought in the 8th UFC title fight of 2025?
Holy shnikes. Okay. I gotta do a little math here. So Marab was 1. Islam was 2. Zhang and Tatiana 3. Strickland DDP 4. Pereira Roundtree 5. Volkanovski Lopez 6. Valentina Manon 7. No. Wait, did I do that right? 7. Bilal Muhammad, Jack Della Maddalena. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Bilal Muhammad, Jack Della Maddalena.
Nailed it.
Damn.
I will say the one thing you said incorrectly there was you said Pereira versus Roundtree. It was Ankalaev versus Pereira.
Yeah,
But either way,
Ankalaev,
you
yeah.
nailed it. You nailed it.
That's
Let's
impressive,
go.
dude.
That was impressive. And now it's very interesting, boys, going into the Hail Mary round. You each have one question on the board. BC, because you are in the lead, you do have to choose how many points you're going to wager, and then Mike will answer his question.
So you're saying there's a chance I could just sit this out. Mike has to get it right and then beat me in overtime?
Yeah, you could sit it out, and then Mike would have to wager all 600, and if he gets it right, he would beat you.
I mean, is that a bitch move, though? I didn't expect to be in this spot, believe me. You know what I'm saying? Is that considered a bitch move on this show?
I mean, no
risky
one's ever
one.
done it. I'll say that. I think it's
All right,
you got to.
I'm gonna bid 100.
All right, I'm cool with that. I was gonna say I'd rather you do a low bet and answer the question than just sit it out. Mike, how many are you wagering? I'm gonna assume
All of them.
All
Every
of them,
single one.
let's go. All right, Mike. So you're gonna answer first. Derek Lewis won 6 straight fights from 2015 to 2017 before being KO'd by Mark Hunt. He then rattled off 3 straight wins. Name 2 of those 3 wins.
Does that golf match between them count?
Shamia Abdurrahimov is 1. I
That was in Albany.
was there.
That was the first fight in New York, or
I was
Pre-
there.
becoming re-legalized.
All right, so I got that one. Let's go back. Let's think about this. 6 straight fights from 2015 to 2017 before being KO'd by Mark Hunt. He then rattled off 3 straight wins. Name 2 of those 3 wins. Okay, so I got Shamil. There's got to be another one in there. Let's think. Wasn't him. Ravis Brown.
So the Abdurrahimov was before Mark Hunt, I believe.
Good
So
guess.
he loses to Mark Hunt, and then he wins 3 in a row. Marcin Tybura, the most boring ever Ngannou fight, and then the come from behind win against Alexander Volkov.
Abdurrahimov wasn't 2016?
So it was, but read the question. He won 6 straight, then he gets knocked out by Mark Hunt, then he goes on a 3-fight win streak. Who were those 3? So it was after the it was from 2017 on.
Oh.
Where Ronda Rousey's fine ass at?
Well, that was the Travis Brown fight. Sorry if you were confused by
That
the
question threw me
Mike.
completely
Yeah.
off then. My timeline was completely effed. Okay.
All right, well, BC, we have to see where you would have ended up because you did wager 100 points. So let's see your
Yes.
question. Sean Brady was on a 5-fight win streak when you promised to get a tattoo if he had beaten Bilal in his next fight. Name 2 of the opponents he beat on that 5-fight win streak.
Michael Chiesa. Damn it. And Nico Price.
You did have Chiesa.
Court
Jake
McGee,
Matthews would have been, it started with Court McGee, then Ishmael Nordiev, Christian Aguilera, not Christina Aguilera, Jake Matthews, Michael Chiesa. All right, so BC, I mean, you pulled it out. You came from behind.
There was nothing impressive about this victory. I failed in all big situations, and I failed badly. But
so did I. You left the door so wide open for me, I couldn't do anything with it. So at least I made it interesting. Like I was the big suck to the yuck until that last question. So
I mean, did I even have a good moment? How did I even get those points? It was must have been all 50-50 guesses.
I don't know.
My favorite moment was you actually like running off the wrong cards in your head and then guessing it's still right.
Yeah, that happened like 4 times. So there you go. This is great. Hey guys, I own this game. Let me take on all comers except for Jose Youngs because I hear he's really good. But then again, I don't think he could beat me with this momentum.
All right. Well, you're going to move on to face the winner of Shaq and Dennis to be the inaugural champion. But then we'll move on. We'll do other matchups. We'll go. So, Mike, we'll love to have you back. You guys can follow both these guys on social media. I'll have the links below in the description. Go check out BC on the BCX, Morning Combat, CBS Sports. Check them out on Canelo Crawford Fight Week this week. Go check out Mike on MMA Fighting. They got a bunch of stuff going on over there. I'm sure BTL's coming out tomorrow. Oh, well, this is going to air on Friday, so it came out yesterday. Go watch it. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you like what you saw. Catch you guys next week for another episode of Prop Quiz.
Who got the big hot picks that ought to hit with the parlays to get the best money? I'm a bet. Small time, a max unit on the paper you can get. Doing this ain't new to this. We take risks and cash slips.